Things were going too smoothly, so I changed up everything again because I
Yeah.
don't know, Paul. I don't know if you've ever noticed. I like tinker. Like tinkering is.
Listen, when we started this thing and my video is like way off in the corner, I didn't think anything of it because that's just like a Monday, you know.
Hmm.
So you didn't even have to tell me. I would have thought it was my fault, like maybe I bumped into the webcam or something. I don't know.
So things got a little out of control this weekend because I was like, you know what? I should connect this studio up to my Xbox. I should be able to stream if I want to.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So
What are you talking about? All right. Yep.
long story short, I bought another Xbox Series S because it was on sale at my
Hmm.
local Micro Center, the 1 terabyte version. That doesn't matter. So I got this all hooked up, and then the problem becomes that the monitors are all off skewed, and like I can't see the monitor. So I was like, you know what I need is a monitor arm. That would solve all my life's problems. This would actually make it better. So now, for however long I've been doing this, when I was talking to Paul, I was actually just looking at my furnace. Like I just have a great relationship with my furnace because Paul has always been off over to the
Yeah.
side.
Sure.
So I got a monitor arm and then put it down below, and it's all kind of off kilter and everything else. But that involves unplugging and plugging in HDMI cables, which, as we are well aware, Windows hates moving of anything.
Yeah. It's like you're familiar with like hot swap drives, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought this was a terrible idea, Brad. And the reason is I've used Windows,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
So anyway, so now I'm actually looking at Paul and the camera, which
Hmm.
makes my life, like, I don't know about better because I'm now financially in the hole, another whatever,
You're right. Right.
but at least it's whatever. So
Yeah.
hopefully this all works again. And here we are on a Monday morning.
Yeah. My kids are here visiting, so I'm sitting about 2 feet away from where I slept last night on the floor.
Is it? Hold on, you're in Mexico. That could.
Yeah, we don't have a big place.
That's not what I was
So,
referring to.
oh, sorry, what's happening?
I mean, I've seen your Instagram photos of how much you drank, especially when Stephen Rose was in town.
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. He's by the way, when he was here, it rained a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me you hadn't seen rain in like 6 months. I'm like, I hadn't. So the second he left, like the weather came out, it was like 80 degrees every day, sunny. Like, and I just sent him a picture and I'm like, thank you for leaving. Like the world has returned to normal. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
The
I
big
don't know.
local news is really just that Intel's not opening that fab for
Yeah, I
ever.
mean, the cynical and obvious reaction is they're never going to. But actually, they construction started.
Yeah,
Like
it has.
it's en route or whatever. So I don't know. I mean,
Just kind of
I
hoping
don't
they're
know.
in the sunk cost fallacy at this point that they just keep dumping money into my back. It's not quite in my backyard, but it's close enough.
That's exactly. I just referenced that. Yeah. Do you know what the so sunk cost fallacy? We need a version of that for like just like normal human decision making, like morals and then logic. It's like
Isn't that
like
just called alcohol?
yeah, it's like you've been proven wrong, but you just keep going. you know, like I think it's a hard loop to get out of. But
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, eventually they might just run out of money, get sold something. I don't know.
that's the real sort of thing. Is like there might just not be enough money in the banana stand.
The problem is they get government funding and a lot
Like
of
I
it,
said, the
right?
money might just run.
Well, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. But I mean, that might make whatever sale of the foundry business contingent on certain things, and I would imagine that one of those things would be, the continued investment. Because as far look, even if I mean, there is, I'm not even sure about I don't know about the national security implications, but as far as like wanting to have manufacturing occur here in the United States, like, okay, fine. Like, wouldn't you rather have it be Intel than TSMC? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not saying both can't do it, but I mean, I don't see, handing over it all to that company does not really solve the underlying problem, unless I'm missing something. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. I hope it gets done. I'm not trying to be
Yeah, no, I do too.
a downer on any of this kind of stuff, but
Sure. At least we still have Skype. So,
the people are coming out of the woodwork, all six of them, who are like, I
I thank you. I was, yeah. This is the the double-edged sword that is my audience is like they're the esoteric use cases of the internet. When it comes to like Microsoft technology. So I because I can't help myself, I don't remember the context of this, but I mentioned to my wife the other day that Microsoft killed Skype, and her response as a normal person was, "They still make Skype." Fair enough, right? And so I pointed out that we watched this TV show called Somebody Call Phil or something. It's like a travel food show thing that's kind of goofy, but it's especially goofy at the end of every episode because he calls his parents and you see like a conversation they have for some reason. And that conversation occurs over Skype. And so, there's a Skype logo down in the corner. It's clearly some kind of product placement thing. A rare example of Microsoft getting one of its, products up on the screen. And she's like, yeah, I don't even see that. I'm like, yeah, no, I know this is the problem. No one else sees it either, I think. So yeah, I've heard from every single person that uses Skype especially for phone number, like
I was
calling
gonna say the
phone
phone
numbers.
thing is probably what I think most people were using it
But
for.
I don't understand that in 2025, right? So when Skype first came around, like 20 whatever years ago, calling international, especially, was very expensive, or more expensive than today. Today, everyone has a smartphone. Like, you just can't call with your phone. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me, but obviously people have this is what I mean. These are the esoteric use cases. So somehow here we are in 2025. It wasn't until, because I just looked this up, December 2024, they got rid of the ability to buy Skype credits in whatever numbers. And I think they went to like a monthly thing. And then, they killed it like 2 months later. So I don't know. There must not be many people doing this. Although, judging from my inbox, there are some of them.
I mean, when they had hundreds of millions of users at one point, there's a certain demographic, and I don't blame them, that they have this set up and they call their great aunt Helga or whoever on Skype, and they've been doing that for 15 years or however many years. And it's like, why change it? Because this works.
So, yes. And in my audience, though, they're presumably up on tech news a little bit, right? And I had this, my understanding was they kind of telegraphed this at some point, and they did. They didn't they were very explicit. It is only a matter of time. Like, for now, we're not getting rid of it, but Teams is the future. We're going to Teams. And, when they did Teams Consumer first in Windows 11, it was terrible, right? So obviously there's a bit of a reprieve there. I made a call not a call, but I called on Microsoft to just keep Skype. It's a better brand, et cetera, et cetera. It makes more sense for consumers, but nobody's listening to that. And now, actually, Consumer Teams is really good. So it doesn't have that phone calling feature, right? This is kind of the problem, but I don't know. This is the good of the many outweighs the good of the few or something. I don't know.
Or the good if they just don't care. I mean,
well, no, I mean, they don't care they wouldn't care if there were a lot of them, but I guess, if it's a moneymaker, they would care a little more, but I mean, I don't think enough people are doing it. So I don't think it's a need anymore. It's like, Microsoft came up with a new mimeograph, device. It's like, okay, but we don't need a mimeograph. It's 2025. Like, what? I don't know. It just seems like we should be past this, but there are use cases. I don't know. Google Voice is a thing, although I don't know if you've looked at Google Voice recently. I was trying to see what that looked like, right? You have, you can get a number, I guess, but you type in like names of cities or area codes. I never got to a single one that had a number available. Just tell me what numbers. Just give me a freaking number. Like what? Like, why can't I just click I feel lucky button and get a number in some Duluth, wherever, like some place that has numbers left. I don't know.
Say Duluth, Minnesota. It's in Minnesota, isn't
it? What do you do? Like, you sit there and just type in numbers and hope you get something? Like what? Like, I came up short. I spent 15 minutes on this like an idiot.
It feels like you're probably on the wrong end of people who are abusing that for spam calling or whatever.
No, I get it, but this is a service they offer. Like, they literally have you just go to Google Voice and look at this interface. It's crazy. It's like, all right, like, tell us where you want to have a number from. You're like, all right. And they're like, yeah, we don't have any numbers there. Well, why don't you just tell me where you have numbers? Like, what, I need a U.S. number for some reason. I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. Des Moines, I don't care. Idaho, something.
It's the
Nothing.
old Dane
U.S.
Cook,
Virgin Islands. I don't know.
old Dane Cook joke where he's trying to order a sandwich and the waitress goes, "Why don't you just tell me what you don't want on the sandwich?" And he's like, "I don't know, a sheriff's badge, a leaf, used motor oil."
Brussels sprouts.
Too soon.